Welcome to Highly Questionable. I wasn't missed at all, least of all by him. What do you like on the show today, Bomani?
Do it.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Vamos, Papi.
Did Lonzo Ball's Foot Locker ad prove easy some man?
This is how dominant, by the way, LeVar Ball has made Lonzo Ball in terms of our consciousness. This isn't a Lonzo Ball ad. It's a Foot Locker ad with other dudes in it, except we don't give a damn about these other dudes. Check this, though.
Dads are special. So many memories.
All those games of one-on-one in the driveway where he let me win.
Okay, I've heard that.
Just never missing a game.
Of course, there's that big day when your dad berates your high school coach in front of an entire crowd for not getting you enough touches. Waking up early to drive to all those faraway tournaments. Or that special moment when your dad sits you down and tells you where you're going to college. Copyright your name to make it a part of a family lifestyle brand. Went on First Take and shouted back and forth with Stephen A. Smith about how you're already better than the reigning league MVP. All those interviews from the stands during college games, the public spats with the all-time greats, soundbite after soundbite to the national media, and then tells 29 out of 30 teams to not bother drafting you.
And fishing. We went fishing a lot.
I mean, I don't know if it proves he's his old man because I'm sure his dad knew about that in the first place, but it does say something that is kind of important. He recognizes, just like we do, that his dad is just a little bit crazy. And if nothing else, he's figured out how to navigate it. So if you're worried about how it is that LeVar deals with Lonzo or how Lonzo reacts to it, apparently with a bit of a sense of humor.
What a great idea. A good way to make people less angry when they're always angry is to be self-deprecating. I don't think this is him being his own man because the entire ad is about his father, and you need to know this about his father because I feel a lot of people miss this about his father. A lot of times he's in on the joke. Much of what he's doing is done with a wink and as entertainment. Not all of it. Some of it crosses the line, but I think this family gets largely that you can have some fun with all of this.
They also seem to have like a real legitimate loving bond that's going on here. Like, I'm not nearly as worried about LeVar ruining his life as everybody else. I just want to know how it is you doing a commercial for a shoe store that will not be actually selling your shoes.
Should the Cavs trade Kevin Love to acquire Paul George?
That didn't take very long, did it? It is an interesting thing to think about because Golden State not only changed the math when it comes to making threes while you're making twos, but you need to have a better team than the one Cleveland has. Used to be, if you add J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, you're in the game. You add Kyle Korver, you're in the game. Not anymore. They've got to dangle something to get better pieces so that they can catch up to where it is the Warriors have taken things.
Yeah, the question, though, is whether this is the right piece. They've got two guys, if they get Paul George and he and LeBron James, who are small forwards who should probably be gradually evolving into being power forwards, but neither of them wants to be a power forward. And oh, by the way, they still have Tristan Thompson, a power forward. They have things they need. I think they need a playmaker. I think they need a rim protector. Paul George isn't any one of those. I don't know if it's a matter of them getting more star power or just getting different pieces, but something does need to change.
And keep in mind that the Cavs have LeBron James under contract for one more year. We're going to start this noise all over again if they don't help him get more pieces because what he's got is no longer enough.
You've been on vacation. News for you. We started that noise already about LeBron in 2018. Where you been, Russia?
They should trade Love for Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, might as well, right?
The problem is Minnesota's going to go find Anthony Bennett and try to send him back, too.
Should baseball suspend Yasiel Puig for flipping the double bird to Heckler?
All right, yeah, so there was a heckler. This is in Cleveland. This is Puig. It's a home run. Oh, we're going to show that, too? That's great. Oh, opposite field.
He's got 10 of them this year.
So here he comes. Round the bases very quickly, by the way, because he wanted to hurry up and give them people the bird. There it is right there. Buyout. Now, the answer is obvious. Yes, baseball should suspend Yasiel Puig. They basically have no choice but to suspend Yasiel Puig because if you don't suspend him for that, let me tell you what you're going to get. The double bird 4 times a game from every team because there's always some fan out there who deserves the bird.
If you want to get the attention of the league office, what you have to do is be someone who's in uniform representing your city and your team and your sport, and you offend the customers personally the way he just did. If it's not a suspension, it should be a hefty fine. Personally, though, I'd like more of that with my sports. How much more fun would it be if all these guys who felt that were able to do it without consequence when they wanted to?
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Don't get it twisted. We think they got to suspend him. That doesn't mean we got a problem with it, right? We just understand how institutions work.
Hey, Yasiel, you got to come up with your own move, Don't start copying me, That's what I do on TV, 10 times a day, buddy. Come up with something new. This is my move. That's it, buddy.
The difference is Puig does it to hecklers, and he does it for the people who adore him.
How embarrassed should MLS be that the beer league team held its own against DC United?
Okay, a beer league team sponsored by a local liquor store had a 1-0 lead in this game. And let's show one of the goals. Here it is. That's how you take the lead. That's very exciting. And then with 10 minutes left in the game, it was still 1-1, but it ended up being 4-1. How embarrassed should they be? I mean, soccer games, if it's 4-1, it's not a good look. It's a local team. The liquor store adds something to the merriment of the proceedings, but 4-1 is a pretty good way to win a soccer game. It's plenty of goals.
Yeah, except this kind of feels like one of those NCAA tournament games where the 2 seed beats the 15 seed by 15 points, but it was a 3-point game with 4 minutes left, and then they just physically couldn't hold up anymore. That's what happened with the Everyman All-Stars. Like, they were rolling with it until, they're not professional athletes and the other guys are. But it's a pretty damning indictment when we have a professional team here in the United States, and for that long a stretch of time, you couldn't tell who were the pros or who were the Joes.
Beer league, eh? I know someone who could have played for the Beer Belly League.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Look at that style. Look at that grace. Is that a brown headband I'm wearing there with the red, white, and blue?
Yeah, put that back up there, because you think I'm about to let this dude slide for that mustache. You got me mixed up with somebody else. Look at their fearless leader right there in the middle.
Right in the middle. Thank you, Bomani. The joke's always at my expense. Look at the coach of that team. What's going on his face?
Also, how did 00 get to play goalie?
That is Larry Zonka, though.
Oh, he does look a bit zonkish.
It does look like Larry Zonka. Also a bloated Saddam Hussein.
That too. Coming up next on my son Stevie's show, Drew Gooden. Yes, Drew, what is your favorite LeBron story?
Oh, a good LeBron story.
Favorite LeBron story. LeBron once told us he could survive a plane crash.
Taco Bell.
Joining us at the beach today, Drew Gooden.
Now, he had a rat tail in the NBA Finals before JaVale McGee did. 14-year NBA veteran, got great stories, LeBron stories. Let's talk to him.
Drew, what was your life like in Finland when you would spend time on the farm of your grandparents?
That was a great experience, especially for a kid from Oakland, California. Having the opportunity, every other summer to go to Finland and stay on the farm and see that type of lifestyle. I mean, I kind of would say that kind of gave me some work ethic at a young age, at a really young age.
Now, when you were going around in Finland, were you more surprised to be there, or were they more surprised to see you?
I think it was more of them being surprised to see me. This is the early 80s. Not too many people were going to Finland at the time, especially minorities. So, you kind of put me in the, 4 hours north of Helsinki and plant me on the farm, me and my dad, and it kind of leave us there for 2 months. I think we all, became a big family, but it was something different. It was a new experience for all of us. My cousins that live over there, uncles and aunts, but I think it was a great experience, and I continue to visit to this day.
What would be what you point to as the greatest challenge that you overcame along your path?
I think, just the years throughout high school and junior high school, just those years leading up to going to college, I think that foundation right there was probably the most important part of my plan of what I'm continuing to do, the process of me being who I am today. I think having a father mainly was huge for me amongst my peers, because a lot of my friends really didn't have a father figure to look up to in their household. So my dad was kind of like the neighborhood dad amongst all my friends. So I think that was a real important tool for me in the process of becoming who I am today, especially at a young age, hit it all the way throughout high school, all the way up to college.
How tough was your dad on you? How difficult was he as a disciplinarian? How strict was he?
He was very strict when it came to school, education. He let me hang with my friends and stay out late here and there. But if I didn't have my grades together and I wasn't taking care of the things I was supposed to, as a young man around the household, he tends to discipline those situations, probably don't want to put that all out there in the air right now, but it was very good for me growing up as a kid to have that around me and keeping me monitored at that age and keeping me on track of what I needed to do.
Yeah, but how tough was he in those one-on-one games?
My dad is 65 and is still playing basketball, and I would say right now, as of today, he might be in better shape than me. He's a phenom. I think he needs to go on one of these Dr. Phil show. Look at me now at 65. I mean, this guy's a beast. He's in great shape. I always looked up to him as a father figure, but I also look up to him as a hero.
When did you start beating him at basketball?
5 years ago. Nah. Actually, all the way up to, I think it took me till about 15, 16 years old. And, we still have our battles to this day. You guys think I'm joking, man.
Really?
Pops can still play a little bit. I mean, we play about 5 games. I might go half speed, but, Pops, man, he holds his own. He'll get a couple games here and there.
How hard is he playing? Because I imagine the hard fouls have to be there, right?
Really? At 65, he's hacking you.
If I say the one-on-one games between me and my dad in the early 90s, I mean, there might have been some blood and, me having to walk home and him driving home, leaving me at the park. Now it's toned down. Now it's toned down a little bit. I kind of, I joke with him. I don't want to put him in a hospital because he's so old now. And, we want him walking from the gym and not leaving in a wheelchair. So I kind of take it easy on him.
True or false, John Wall once gave you $100,000 for Christmas. Is that true, or is that a prank by Chris Humphries?
Man, that was $1,000 in ones. It looked like $100,000. Okay, we told Chris Humphries don't post that pic too, and but yeah, we did a Secret Santa, and we did it a couple years there during Christmas time, and John had me. I forgot who I had that year, but. It was supposed to be a gag gift. I don't know what he was subliminally trying to send the message to where we needed to go spend that money, but it was $1,000 in ones, put it that way. It wasn't $100K.
What's the happiest you've ever been playing basketball? What 1 6-month period?
I would say the run in 2007 with Cleveland, going to the finals, playing against the Spurs. I think that Eastern Conference Finals that year, having to get past the Detroit Pistons. I mean, it was something throughout my career. Detroit Pistons at a time kind of ruled and dominated the East. And whenever you face them in the playoffs, it was kind of like, oh, here we go again. If we don't beat them, we're not going to advance. And LeBron James, I want to say he might have had, 52 points that game? I don't know. 38 points in the third quarter, the fourth quarter. You know what? I think he had 39 points, and we combined for 39 points or 40 points. I hit one free throw.
He had 40.
Yeah. It was one of those. But he had all the points in the quarter. I had the other point, 1 point. I split 2 free throws. So, I was part of that run right there. But I think that was probably one of my most memorable series and points of my career that was probably the most fun.
Drew, Papi's got a little something for you. What do you got, Papi?
Yes, Drew, what is your favorite LeBron story?
Oh, a good LeBron story.
Favorite LeBron story. LeBron once told us he could survive a plane crash. And so we're on the plane talking, turbulence is going on. He's like, I honestly think I could survive this plane. If the plane goes down, I think I could survive the plane crash. And I was like, yo, what you mean? Like, what are you going to do? You going to jump out? He said, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But before I jump out, he started taking all the pillows and the covers out of the overheads, and he started stuffing them in his shirt and in his suit and all in his neck. And he said he was going to stuff himself with with the pillows and the blankets, and then jump out of the plane and survive. And when I thought about it, I thought it was the most dumbest thing I ever heard. Yeah. But it was actually smart. No,
you had it right the first time.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? I can't put anything past this guy anymore, Yeah, so, okay. Hey, who knows? He might be able to survive a plane crash.
Yeah. Drew, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, Kevin, for the grand prize of $1 million. What color is the White House?
I know this.
5 seconds.
Oh, switching to Geico could save you a bunch of money on car insurance?
Okay. Judges? That's true, Kevin. They'll allow it. Congratulations. You're a winner.
Woo!
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is feeling cramped again. Do you question?
You give us topics and events. We question.
They put skinny people in these seats?
Do you question the Cubs for selling leave for $200 apiece?
Okay, this is the backstory on this. Leaves on the ivy, the famous ivy at Wrigley Field, fall on the ground, dry up, and they sell them. They sell them to people who actually purchase them. Thank you for the visual aid here. That goes for $200. I can't imagine where you are in your life other than very, very rich with a lot of disposable income that you would say to yourself, I'll pay $200 for that. And the Cubs ought to be ashamed of themselves given how much money they already make because the Cubs are in the black.
Hold on, not just rich, but also incredibly trusting. Because go ahead and put these things up here. It says the 2016 Cubs leaf that you have there. I don't know where that damn leaf came from. I mean, honestly, like, how do we know that they're not selling more leaves than there were leaves that came off of that wall? And who are you going to be the one to be like, no, there's no way this is a Wrigley Field piece of leaf off the ivy? They could be telling y'all anything.
$200 a leaf? Boy, that sounds expensive to me. Can you smoke them?
Yeah, I was about to say, for $200 a leaf, like, it better be the bomb.
That's still expensive, I think. I've heard.
Do you question if this was a success?
What was a success?
Not if you're in this part of the show.
Whoa.
No, I mean, how is that a success? Wait a minute. Where is the success? He didn't die that we know of.
I'm honestly looking very closely to try to find the part of this that's supposed to be deemed a success. As I try to look, let's laugh at the man getting thrown out the golf cart again, huh? Put that back up there.
He did clear the jump, right? If he had a bet that he could clear the jump, then he cleared the jump. You, sir, win a $200 leaf from Wrigley Field.
And a visit from the Ranger who will be putting you out shortly.
Is that the way Tiger Woods looks like when he drives a golf cart?
I mean, last time we saw Tiger, it wasn't a lot better than that, was it?
Time to play the game that wants to send my son on another vacation. A permanent vacation. See? Or no?
Tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On Masson, Braves and Nationals.
No, thank you. Not partaking in any of this. But let's check in with Daniel Murphy. He's the second baseman for the Nationals, and he doesn't like that the umpire, somebody named Porter, is in his line of sight.
The first one ever was Wilton Avis of the Nats, not known for power at all.
Daniel Murphy's asking him to move. You don't see this a lot. I'm just saying I'm not moving. This is where I'm going to be.
Have to stay there? The umpire usually...
This is where I've got to stay.
Unbelievable. You just read Daniel Murphy's lips. That Alan Porter wouldn't move for him. Look at, they're still going at it.
Oh, they're still going at it.
Eject
him, Porter.
Stand his ground. They're always like, yeah, I'll move for you. Where do you want me to go, FP? They've
Weird.
always
When do
done
you ever
that.
see this? Okay.
Oh!
Oh! Porter's not having any of that. Not only is he not moving, he hit him with a bleep you. All right.
Ooh, now he's salty.
Oh, now they're spitting back and forth. Oh, both of them are upset.
You could read lips, you know exactly what he said. He
They're
wasn't
going to
talking
stare at
about
each other
it.
like Frank Robinson stared at that one umpire one time. That was good stuff right there. Bomani, are you intrigued?
So how do the unwritten rules deal with this one right here, right? Because if somebody hits you with an FU, like normally you get thrown at, but you can't really throw at the umpire, can you?
Well, you can. Next time there's a ground ball, just throw it right at him. Papi, throw to home plate for no reason. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. This guy Murphy's a big chicken. You know, you got to go out there with the umpires. You got to push him out of the way. I said, this is my territory. Second baseman is where I play, and you got to get the hell out of here. You drag him all over the place. Throw him into the dugout. That's what you do. You got to draw a line there. That's right. You got to pee on the grass, and you got to mark your territory. That's what you do.
I mean, I'm not saying that I would totally object to that for entertainment purposes.
How's that entertainment?
Just funny, like that was entertainment.
On the Smithsonian Channel, Amazing Monkeys.
Amazing monkeys? I'm totally in on some amazing monkeys. Let's go. What do we got?
The proboscis monkey. The males have by far the biggest noses of any primate. So big, they even make eating awkward. To impress his female followers, the male tries to produce the deepest, loudest call he can. And they can make those reverberating calls because their huge honkers act like giant amplifiers. And the secret behind the biggest nose in the jungle? Well, it was always going to come down to impressing the opposite sex.
I mean, those things are supposed to be cute, I suppose. My father likes them. If that thing showed up at the foot of your bed in the middle of the night, you wouldn't think that's funny or cute, would you? Bomani, are you intrigued?
The only thing, though, a big old schnoz like that probably means you smell even more, and I imagine there's all kinds of things out there in that jungle that you don't really want to be smelling. He might be hustling backwards.
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Wow. You can attract the ladies with a big nose, huh? Wow, size matters, huh?
Yeah, look at that. How do you think he got mom?
That's where all the ratings come from.
Look at that. Look out, ladies. Ladies, look out.
Put an HQ thing over that.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
I miss you so much.
That can't be sincere. Yeah, I knew that.
Well, no, man.
What a fraud
It hasn't been
you
since
are.
yesterday.
I'm leaving
That's
again.
right.
I'm going back to Russia.